me. Have I to wave back? All right, then. Hello!
All right, Preeti Patel was just on LBC saying that she disagrees with the Black Lives Matter protest and she wouldn't have taken a knee. At the end of the day, got nothing to do with her, right? Patel.
Do you support taking the knee, Home Secretary?
Well, last summer was quite a moment, actually, with all the protests that we saw taking place. And obviously, I'm going to bring it back. You saw policing as well coming under a great deal of pressure through some of the protests. I don't support protests, and I also did not support the protests that were associated.
You don't support protest?
I didn't support the protest.
Oh, that protest. I thought you said you didn't support protest at all. I know it's a draconian
No,
government, but I didn't know I could go to jail for 10 years for protesting. But do go on.
Well, those protests were dreadful, and just
indeed
that put on the police in particular.
Right.
But Ben has made a point about supporting role models or encouraging more role models, and we should always do that. Around causes.
But what about taking the knee? You might note, I don't know how much of a sports fanatic you are, you might note that some Scotland rugby players decided they would not. You have some soccer players, football players now saying it's past. Would you still take the knee, Home Secretary?
No, I wouldn't. I would not. I would not have at the time either. There are other ways in which people can express their opinions. Protesting in the way in which people did last summer was not the right way at all. And I also think, we saw statues being brought down, mass dialogue, well, not quite mass dialogue, but some councils making, quite frankly, a stance around statues and street names. There are other ways in which those discussions can take place. And also, quite frankly, I didn't support that attempt to rewrite history. I felt that was wrong.
And you didn't agree with taking the knee per se, at all?
No.
So I'm not going to be outraged. I'm not going to be part of the knee-jerk reaction. Oh my God, how could she say that as a woman of colour? Like, yeah, she's a Patel and she's a Tory. Okay, so don't expect Preeti Patel to agree with something like Black Lives Matter. But the fact of the matter is, she had to come on national radio and be whiter than white. Preeti Patel just went viral, being called the worst racial epithets someone of her cultural background could be called by Jake Henderson.
This packy called Preeti Patel.
So now, she's now got to... Remember Boys in the Hood, right? Remember the black policeman from Boys in the Hood?
Little niggas, you ain't shit. Think you're tough, huh? Blow your head off with this Smith and Wesson and you couldn't do shit. How you feel now?
Right, when you're a coon, yeah? And you're surrounded by your white colleagues, you have to coon to a higher degree so that they trust you, so they don't think that you're a fifth columnist. Right now, Preeti Patel is cooning to the max. She's got to be white and white. She's got to disagree with Black Lives Matter. She's got to hate the chocolate man. So she hates the chocolate. The chocolate man standing next to her was Asian anyway. But she has to hate on the other chocolate men so that people like Jake Henderson, who the majority of the country probably agree with, don't get too offended at her. So yeah, she's had to come on radio anyway and openly put down Black Lives Matter and disagree with the protests. Oh, but taking a knee is an inappropriate form of protest. Those peaceful Black Lives Matter protests in the UK bar beating the crap out of some racists. Oh. And some monkey boy intervening to save racists.
That is how I know you.
Bar that, for the most part, it was mostly peaceful. How did the English protest again when they were in the area at the same time? I forget. That's right.
Clashing with police, breaking windows.
That's how the Americans did it. Where's the white working class UK version of protest? Oh, actually, wait, hang on. Can we see that at the last Black Lives Matter rally at Trafalgar Square where they turned up and then they got their ass beat? Right. Preeti Patel has to placate those people. You know, ADO, you know, the real ops. Yeah? She's a banana, isn't she? You call them bananas?
I am the king and will not be. I am the king and will not.
Just a quick addendum because I Apparently I do those now. Yeah, with something like that going on with the Home Secretary, no less. Her job's the Home Secretary. I wouldn't be surprised if they started turning the screws a little bit more now on the young black kids. You're going to see this COVID policing metastasize into racial policing. I bet the farm. And I wouldn't be surprised if we had our own Gorilla Glue Girl do something stupid, Gorilla Glue Boy do something stupid, to detract from all the honour and respect that was garnered around the world from the legitimacy of the Black Lives Matter protests. I won't be surprised if there was something in the works to demean black people right now. Attention to that, because it's going to be coming, isn't it? We've made too many gains. There's too much respectability floating about. We need to be pushed down a peg or two. A butthurt Home Secretary, I keep your eyes open.
Cold